Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Regina from Eat Travel Life. Today we are making pumpkin pie slab pie. Let's go ahead and get started. Here are the ingredients that you're going to need. Go ahead and grab your nutmeg, your clove, and your cinnamon. We are going to want to add those into the bowl first. And we are going to want to also preheat our oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. So once you've got all your spices in there, go ahead and get your eggs and add those in. And then we're going to mix this all together. Go ahead and let me know in the comments if you love pumpkin pie as much as I do, or if you have a different pie that you prefer. This is around the end of the year. I like to make pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. But I also make my own pumpkin puree, so I can make it all year long. So once that is all mixed together, you can go ahead and add in your evaporated milk. Make sure you really shake that can up and then open it up. And I like to open it with one hole on one end and usually two on the other for easy pouring, and it gives it air to pour out, to allow it to pour out easily. So go ahead and add that in. If you don't like evaporated milk, I've heard people use just regular milk too. It may not be as sweet or rich, and that's totally fine, and how you make it how you like it. So go ahead and mix that together. Once it's all mixed together, we are going to add in our pumpkin puree. So your pumpkin puree may be all smooth and everything. Mine, I froze myself, so I am going to need to puree this a bit and use a food processor or handheld processor to cream it up. Otherwise, there will be a little bit of a texture. But you can mix that in normally if you've gotten it from a can or you've already pureed everything. You'll see I'm going to grab my hand mixer here because it's still stringy, and make sure that stays in the liquid. I didn't, and kind of made a mess of my kitchen. But we got that in there. We got it all nice and pureed. And then once that's done, we can go ahead and start in on our cookie dough. We're using a shortbread cookie dough for our crust. I have some people that don't like crust. Let me know in the comments if you have family members that don't like crust. They will want to give this crust a try because it's like cookie, even better. So I made my shortbread cookie dough, and I'll put a link in for the recipe on that. And I got it to it so it was a nice texture that was easy to, it was holding together by on its own. So I knew it was done. And then I sprayed the cookie sheet I was going to put it on with baking spray, and then spread the cookie dough out on there. I had doubled this recipe, and I used maybe 1 1/4 of the cookie dough, depending on the size of your cookie sheet. Then I put the cookie dough into the oven, and then I took the bowl and poured it over because I didn't know if I was going to be talented enough to carry the pumpkin pie into the oven on the tray. And this just made it so I didn't spill anything and make a mess in the oven. So just carefully pour that in. And once you've got it in there, you're going to bake that for about 15 minutes at 425, and then reduce the heat to 350 and cook it for the remainder of the time. So that'll be a total of like 35-40 minutes. You want to put a toothpick in and test it and make sure it comes out clean. And because it's thin, it won't take a long time to cook either. Reason why you raise that temperature is so that the cookie dough will actually, the crust will cook, and then the pie will cook underneath. I put a sheet under there just in case it wanted to overflow, and it didn't. But you just want to be safe and keep your oven as clean as possible. And then once it's done, you can go ahead and remove it from the oven. It'll look something like this, and you'll be able to let it cool, and then you can serve that. Let me know, do you like warm pie or do you like it cold? And then you'll be able to cut pieces of it, and people that like a lot of crust they can get the edges, and those that don't won't get a middle piece. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.